We're rolling.
Awesome.
And we're back.
Second episode, right?
We're back for the second episode.
Wow, it's been... Seems like forever since the first one. It really does. Wow.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Fun, right?
It was fun. It was fun. Just spouting off movie stuff. It was fun. Talking about how bad Justice League was.
Yeah, that terrible movie.
Yeah, The Mummy was worse though. But still, it's not 2017 anymore. It's 2018 now.
Yes, it is.
Brand new year. Brand new year of movies. Brand new bad movies. Brand new good movies. You know. So, we'll take the good with the bad. But, it's Oscar season, man. It's Oscar season.
Are you excited?
I'm excited, man. The Oscars are like my Super Bowl. They really are. It's a culmination of everything that was good with 2017 in cinema in general.
All right. Well, it's February. It's 2018. So we'll let you start first with whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about Black Panther? You want to talk about the Oscars? Like, what do you want to jump into?
Oh God. Let's talk about Oscars.
All right.
So I can knock that out of the way.
Knock it out.
Yeah, let's knock the Oscars out. Because not everyone has seen all these Oscar movies. They have not. They have not seen the nominations. So, just to reiterate, the Oscars nominations were announced like maybe, I think it was a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And they announced them real early in the morning, you know, when no one's up. Yeah, it's like 5:30 Pacific Coast time, 8:30.
Oh my God.
You know? Yeah, so I woke up early, 8:30, you know, Eastern Standard Time to watch them announce it because now they announce it on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, they announce it on Facebook now. It's real weird.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because how else are you gonna, get to everybody?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I guess they don't want to wait till like 8:30 Pacific Coast time, which would be like 11:30 here. But anyway, Andy Serkis, we all know as Caesar from the Planet of the Apes, and and a girl Tiffany Haddish from Girls Trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced the Oscar nominations, and I just want to get to the real important categories because there are like 24 categories, but I just want to cover the pictures and the actors, actresses, and the screenplays.
Okay.
So here's what got nominated for Best Picture, and Mike, tell me if you've seen any of these. Okay, Call Me by Your Name,
No.
Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out.
I seen that one.
Yep. Lady Bird,
No.
Phantom Thread, The Post,
I believe I seen that one.
The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
See, here's the thing. Like, I have this podcast, but I am terribly busy. I do like movies and films, but what I find myself doing more than anything else is just revisiting old films that I like.
Right, of
Now,
course.
I mean, I get a lot out of that, and they can't disappoint me.
Of course.
But
yeah.
have I seen these pictures? No, I have not. It's something I need to do. I graduate in like a year. Nah, not even a year. Like maybe a semester and a half, to be honest. 1 semester and a half. But I haven't seen these pictures. However, I have heard magnificent things about not all of them. Dunkirk. I heard great reviews on Dunkirk. The Shape of Water. And three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yes.
I heard like just great things about them. I have yet to check them out though.
Yeah.
But I take it you have seen them.
Most of them. Not all of them. I still have not seen Call Me by Your Name, and I have not seen Phantom Thread. Those are the only two I have not seen. Now, Call Me by Your Name is the gay romance story, and Phantom Thread is Daniel Day-Lewis's, who I consider is one of the greatest actors of all time, who recently announced he's retiring.
Yeah.
This is supposedly his final film, so that's just why it's interesting. But it's set in the 1950s, and it's about a fashion designer living in London or something like that. It's
Phantom Thread.
Yes, Phantom Thread. It's your standard Oscar bait film, but it worked. They got that. The voters took that Oscar bait and they chowed on it and they liked it.
You said it's Oscar bait. Well, like this is good Oscar bait, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it's good Oscar bait. But the thing about it, well, especially about Phantom Thread, was it wasn't really getting any awards love. You know, as far as like Best Picture or Best Director, I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis was getting nominated because he's Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, he's like the greatest actor ever. But before the Oscars, it wasn't really getting that much buzz. You know, it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and if you don't know who Paul Thomas Anderson is, he's directed films like Boogie Nights, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood. Yeah. So he's a really good director. He really is. So I'm glad to see him back in the fray because I don't think he's gotten the best directing nomination since, I believe, There Will Be Blood, actually, and which also starred Daniel Day-Lewis, which I think, is still his best performance to date. Yeah. So it's nice.
Think There Will Be Blood his best performance? I
think so.
I need to see more of his stuff, but I really did enjoy There Will Be Blood and him in it.
Oh yeah,
that was a great.
When Daniel Day-Lewis commits, he commits. He commits. So, but yeah, and I haven't seen Call Me by Your Name because, well, for the longest time it just wasn't playing in Cincinnati.
Man, so hold on, but that's part of the Oscar buzz. That's part of the Oscars.
Yeah.
So you can't really truly take out ads. There has to be like really, really slept on underground. Like Dunkirk, I heard that from word of mouth and only seen 2, maybe 3 commercials on it.
Right.
Period. But
right.
Isn't that like a criteria for Oscars? You have to be like so cool that you're not even talked about, or so good that you're not even talked about.
Well, it depends, honestly. It depends. Like, in the recent years, they've tried to incorporate more mainstream movies because it first started in 2008 when The Dark Knight didn't get nominated for Best Picture. And that raffled a lot of people's feathers. It's like, what? The Dark Knight was the greatest film of all time, and you're not even nominated? And Wall-E didn't even get nominated either. If you don't remember, Wall-E was that Disney Pixar film, which was absolutely spectacular. But it was really The Dark Knight, which, it should have gotten Oscar nominated, I thought. At
least nominated.
Yeah, at least nominated, because it really did elevate the comic book movie. Yeah, it really did. So the Academy started this new voting system, and I'll talk about it another time because I'm not quite sure how the voting system works. It's really complicated, and it's really mathematical, and I am not that good at math.
Is it something like the Electoral College type of situation? Is it popular vote or?
No, it's not popular vote, but I do know this though. It's like in each category, like let's say directing, okay? It's like that branch just votes for their nominees. Okay. Now everyone can vote for Best Picture, whether they want Best Picture. But for a lot of these categories, if you're in that category, like if you belong to that branch of the Oscars, you vote for the nominees. Your branch votes for the nominees, and then everyone votes for that. So for example, let's say directing, like Christopher Nolan got directed for Dunkirk, right? So let's say I'm a big Hollywood director, okay, and I belong to the directors branch of the Academy Awards. And I say, you know what? Christopher Nolan did a good job. I'm voting for him. Okay? So he's my nomination. All right? I pick my nominations, and then after the nominations are announced, everyone in the Academy votes. Now, like I said, there's a very specific and mathematical process on how to vote for the nominations, which I do not know how works. Right. I'll learn the process so I can share it with you guys because I have no idea how to do that. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So basically, it used to be a long time you could just do five nominees. Okay, it was always 5 nominees for each category.
Okay.
For Best Picture, you can have up to 5 to 10 nominees for Best Picture.
This has always been what it is?
This is how it's been recently, since
2008.
Yes, since 2008. You can have 5 to 10 nominees. So it usually averages we usually get about 8 or 9 nominees. At least that's how it's been lately, And this year we got 9 nominees. Okay. So, yeah, but the thing about Call Me By Your Name is, like, not a lot of people have seen that. And once again, Oscar bait film. I gotta call it as I see it.
I mean, you do, because things of that topic and that nature is like, let's stop and listen and look and reflect. So Of course, that's like a shoe-in for a nomination.
Oh,
No,
yeah, of
winning,
course.
that's a whole different story.
Yeah, of course.
They have some stiff competition.
Oh yeah, you got Darkest Hour, which
Yeah.
is that Winston Churchill biopic. Gary Oldman is amazing in that, by the way. I think he's a
Sure
lock for
was.
Best Actor. And then, like you said, Dunkirk. I didn't really care too much for Dunkirk, but I do respect it, like, on a craftsman level.
That's what they said. Like, 'cause we were talking about that in class. It was like, as far as like actually being made, like a film actually made.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
It's visually beautiful.
Yes.
Stunning.
Yeah, Christopher
they-
Nolan. He's a genius director. He really is. I just wish the story was a little better, but like I said, I respect it. It's a technical masterpiece.
It's about World War II.
Yes,
the
of
story
course.
is good. What
Yes,
do you mean?
I mean the story's good.
We
I
won.
Yes, we won. We won, and I like how Dunkirk was about civilians helping their fellow soldiers. Okay, because that's what the story was about in Dunkirk.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, yeah. So the Allies, Allied soldiers, they were stuck on the beach, and they couldn't really get away from the Germans. So things were looking bad. But then all these civilians, like, they got their boats and they came and rescued all the Allied soldiers, and that's a really powerful story. I just wish it was told better. But that's just me. And Get Out, we talked about Get Out in the last podcast.
Yeah.
That's a remarkable movie, really great. Lady Bird, I liked Lady Bird. I didn't think I would like it, but I enjoyed it. It
What
was
you
a
like
really,
about it?
it was a really good coming of age story. It really was. But I should say the performances more than the actual movie itself. The performances like power the picture.
Really?
Yeah, like the main character, I hope I pronounced her name right, Saoirse Ronan. She stars as Christine. Her nickname is Lady Bird. That's just basically going through her final year of high school. Like I said, coming of age story, but really well written, really well directed.
Yeah, they have it here as a dramedy, a drama
Yeah,
comedy. And I like
dramedy.
those.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And then you have The Post. The Post. What can I say about Post? If Phantom Thread was like Oscar bait, this is super Oscar bait.
Oh, it has Meryl Streep in it. So.
The overrated Meryl Streep.
You think she's over?
No, Donald Trump calls her overrated.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't keep up with everything he says.
I know. He
But
says
he
so
did say
much.
that.
Yes, it's the very overrated Meryl
I'm
Streep.
like, she's been doing this for a very long time.
This is her 21st Oscar nomination.
Sheesh.
21st. That's the
Sheesh.
most ever of any actress or actor in general.
Period.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
more than like Dustin Hoffman. And,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The greats. Like
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman, I believe he has quite a few.
I don't know, but Meryl Streep already has 3 Oscars, so she could win her 4th. That would be insane. And
Based off her name.
yeah, and she would tie Katharine Hepburn, who was previously the record keeper. She's a golden age film star who has 4 Oscar wins. So if Meryl Streep were to tie her, that would be crazy. But yeah, basically The Post is basically about the Pentagon's papers and the Washington Post, decision to post them and everything. Very timely considering the climate we are in America. So yeah, but it's directed by Spielberg. Spielberg, who's one of the greatest. Got Tom Hanks. It's super Oscar bait movie. Super. I liked it, but it felt more of like a television movie to me.
Why is that?
I don't know, maybe because they just rushed it.
The pacing was bad. Like
No, it just feels like this movie was just. It just feels like it was just rushed. It just feels like it was an HBO movie. If that makes it. It's something that. It's just something that could be seen on the small screen, if that makes sense. It's like I just feel like.
The Post.
Yes, the.
With Meryl Streep. With Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. I don't think it's one of Spielberg's best, but it's decent. It's good though.
Yeah, so
It's good.
many.
And The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's latest movie, which is also like one of the biggest front runners too. It's how should I put it? It's like a classic monster romance movie with this mute girl. She falls in love with. I'm just going to call it the creature from the Black Lagoon.
With a creature.
Yeah, with a creature from the Black Lagoon. Also a very good movie. My mom really loved that movie. I was telling her to watch it, and she saw it before me. And I said, John, you're right. It's so good. I said, yeah, it is good.
He's a good director, though.
Yes, he is a good director. He's like one of the top 3 Mexican directors currently right now. You know, it's Alfonso Cuarón, it's Alejandro Iratu Gonzalez. The guy who directed The Revenant. I can't remember his name. Yeah, Alfonso Cuarón directed Gravity. Okay. Okay. And then it's Guillermo del Toro. All right. Guy directed Pacific Rim.
Yep.
Did Pan's Labyrinth. Yep. Blade 2. Crimson Peak.
He did Blade 2. Blade 2 was a very enjoyable movie.
Yes, it was. Blade 2 was awesome. I saw that when I was like in junior high. I said, this movie is awesome, man.
I didn't think he did that though.
Yeah, he's always been the most sci-fi director of the two. He's never really done a lot of dramatic movies. I mean, I guess Pan's Labyrinth is sort of like a fantasy drama. This is sort of like a fantasy romance movie and everything, but it's a really good movie. And I think this might be his year. I think so. And then finally, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. That's the movie everyone's talking about. That's the one that won the Golden Globe for Best Picture Drama. That won the SAG Award for Best Picture. You know,
sweeping, huh?
It's sweeping. It's sweeping.
You think it's gonna sweep all 3? Golden Globe, SAG, and the Oscars?
It might. Now, I like the performances. You know, even though I didn't really care for the movie all that much, but you know what? It's whatever. You know what? I mean, I guess
I don't know.
I guess the director is Martin McDowell. He did a couple films. He did one, In Bruges, which is one of my favorite films. Actually, it stars Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. They're a pair of hitmen who have to hide after a hit went wrong. So he has that sort of like, he has a dark comedy vibe to him. And then he did 7 Psychopaths. That was also like a dark crime comedy. And
I've seen that one. That was
yeah. So he's got that dark sense of humor. And with 3 Billboards, you know, it's an interesting movie because it stars Frances McDormand, and she plays a mother who purchases 3 billboards and basically just writes on them, yo, my daughter's killer, you know, still hasn't been caught. He raped and murdered her. What's going on, chief of police? And this occurs in a small town and, you know, a very tight-knit community. And it causes a lot of tensions in town. And it's an interesting movie because, you know, you have to realize it's like, you have to go against. Frances McDormand is going against the grain. She's questioning the chief of police, who's beloved in the town, and he's also, you know, he's dying also. So yeah, but at the same time, she wants her daughter's, you know, killer to be caught at the same time. But they haven't been making any process, and it's an interesting film, and I think I'll watch it again. But you know, I just thought it was okay, in my opinion. But
from what I'm reading, this seems pretty deep.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be. I gotta see it. There's not more than I can say.
You know, it's like a lot of these movies that you gotta catch up on. But anyway, that's Best Picture. Let me just read down a couple more of the categories real quick. I'm gonna try to speed through them. For Best Directing, okay, the nominations: Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. Okay?
Alright, so what do you want out of this 5? Who are you going for?
I'm going for Guillermo del Toro, man.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I've not seen Phantom Thread, but, like I said, I've seen The Shape of Water, and that's a good film. And it's well directed, too. It really is. It's like, before that, I would have said, nah, Christopher Nolan's got this. But you know what? It's like Shape of Water just does everything right. And I came out of the film just being satisfied. And I was surprised at how much I loved it. I really did.
Is it politics with names? Like Christopher Nolan, that's like an established name that's been, you know, prevalent in Hollywood for a while. And Guillermo, oh man, I want to mess this up. Del Toro, basically he's been a staple in Hollywood, but I don't know, like, is favoritism or politics coming to play?
Well, politics always comes into play with the Oscars, with any award show. It's just you gotta campaign your ass off like you're running for office or something. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You know, there have been people who didn't play the game before, and you know they haven't had their careers advance. Monique, but that's another story.
Oh my God, isn't it?
Yeah, but anyway, you know what? I'm glad Christopher Nolan got nominated because this is his first time getting nominated, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, this is his first time getting nominated for Best Director.
All the work he has done.
Yes, I know, right? It's amazing. But yeah, I think Del Toro's got this. For Best Actor, Timothée Chalamet for Call Me by Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. Yeah, this is a really good, really tight field, but Gary Oldman's got this.
Well, here's what my prediction is.
What's your prediction?
Get Out already got the prestige.
Yeah.
It won it, or that Hollywood will give it.
Yeah.
If you ask me. So I don't believe it's going to get anything tonight. It's not going to get anything.
Oh no. It's
a great film, but they're not going to reward that movie.
Oh no.
At all.
No.
All right, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
And then like the lead actors, like let's see, Daniel Day-Lewis, he's a great actor. He has that name. He
He's
has
the
that
best.
clout. Gary Oldman, I haven't seen The Darkest Hour, but of course I think this is like his role because everybody's talking about this role.
It's his time. It's his time. It really is. And
Like,
you
is there
can't.
more? Did he play a more prominent role in anything previous? Think about it.
Well,
or we can just really.
Well, just real quick, I'm trying to think. I can't really think of anything. Gary Oldman's always been a bit of a character actor, so he's always. It's like he's one of those actors where he always makes a film better, even if it's straight up garbage. It's like, oh, Gary Oldman's in there. Okay, well, he might make the film a little better. You know, this is a character actor, but I think this is probably his best role to date, and I think it is his time. And you cannot recognize him underneath all that makeup. You really can't.
I can't. Like, I'm looking at him now. I'm like,
yeah. Let's go to Best Actress. So Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and the overrated Meryl Streep for The Post.
My knowledge is not extensive in this. I can't see how politics can play because I don't know too many people in this category. So
right.
I can't say anything.
Well, you know what? Frances McDormand's already won an Oscar for Fargo, but she has been the front runner. So I think she might take it. Really, the only person. Well, I think it's a 3-way tie. I think it could go. I think it's Frances McDormand, but Sally Hawkins and Saoirse Ronan could take it too. Because the thing about Sally Hawkins, she's mute in the movie, so she has to express herself in a different way already.
Oh wow!
And she did a fantastic job. So, and Margot Robbie, I have not seen I, Tonya, so I can't say about that. And Meryl Streep, well, you know, she's just. I mean, Meryl Streep's great, but
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep. She's already great, but you know, I think McDormand's got it this year. Now, Best Supporting Actor, Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project. Woody Harrelson. Actually, not seen The Florida Project. That's one of my